never is. And being nice to your friends really just goes along, and I would recommend you GoodNotes. GoodNotes is very good for making notes. Oh my god, what am I talking about? Hi! So today I'm going to be sharing my experience studying at Sunway for A-levels. Yay! So for some background, my name is Saviour, you can call me XY, and I recently graduated from Sunway College in June, and I was the Gen intake from 2023, so I took the 18 months program, not the 21 months one. So my subjects were biology, chemistry and mathematics, and the IPQ, which is an international project qualification. It is not widely offered in Sunway, but you can still apply to get it yourself if you really want to have the initiative. So if any of you want to know more about the IPQ, I might talk about it later, but for now I'll just give you some of my experiences studying that. So at Sunway College, I would say that generally, on a general description, it is quite fun, and it's because the campus is so large, and because you get to interact with the uni students and college students on both of their campuses, it's really very broad, like the amount of connections they're able to get, and also the clubs itself. So if you join a club, you can get exposed to uni students as well, not just A-level students or not just like college students. So that's quite a plus point. I personally joined the debate club and Muay Thai and biology club. Yeah, and aside from the broad field of connections that you get, let's talk about A-levels itself. Okay, so I would say that studying A-levels was very, very difficult, especially I don't know how people can take 4 full subjects. I initially took physics as well, but after that I decided to drop it because I couldn't really cope with the workload, and also I'm not good at physics. So I ended up with 3 subjects. So the overall experience of taking those 3 subjects was quite torturous, because you need to be able to, number 1, pay attention in class, listen well to what the teacher is saying. Second, review your notes. And because in college, no one is really there to make sure you complete your past year papers or ensure that you are ready for the tests. So they will give you tests, but your performance for the test is really up to yourself. And it's not like high school where you have homework to do. No, in this situation, teacher will give you maybe past year papers, past year questions by topic according to your lecturer lah. Some lecturers don't give, some lecturers give. But if they do give, you have to be expected to complete it at your own pace, and you have to have the discipline to complete it. So that's the first thing. It's a very self-based learning, and I would recommend it if you have a study group, and try to mix with the right people who really want to study as well, if your focus is studying. Okay, so I'll kind of talk about the structure of A-levels. So we have AS and A2. AS is during the first year, at the end of your first year. So you will have around 8 months to cram the syllabus since you entered college. You have 8 months to study for AS. And after AS, which is an examination, you will start with A2. A2 takes around 3 months to finish the syllabus, and then you have mocks, and then you will have your A2, and then you're done with A-levels. So this process is quite torturous, because for AS you have sufficient time, but for A2 you really have to cram. But I think the focal points for AS and A2 are different, because for AS you have to focus a lot more on catching the concept, finding the right ways to catch the concept, and finding the right study methods for you. So I personally found it very difficult, actually more difficult during AS, because coming from an IGCSE background, I didn't really study that much lah. Like in high school, I studied maybe 2 to 3 weeks before the exam, then I could pass it. But then for A-level is a totally different game, and for me, things like making notes by myself is really not working out. You really have to dig into the syllabus and then look at what they want, look at the skills that's required to excel in your papers, and then learn the skill and then apply it on your exams, which is very difficult. So don't be too demotivated if you get bad scores during your mocks or your internal exams, because it's totally normal. Okay, I would have told myself that if I had the chance to, and I'm thankful to my seniors for, like, comforting me. Yeah. Okay, and I would say that during A2 you really have to focus on speed and consistency. Basically, A2 is just you have to apply all the techniques that you learned during AS and apply them to A2. So really hone in on your studying skill. Really, during AS, try to identify what suits you the best and really maximize it during A2. So that's my tip. And I would say that the lecturers are quite nice. It depends on who you get as well, and then because, like, different students have different learning styles, and some lecturers may not be, catered to your learning style, and it's not their problem. Okay, it's not anyone's fault. It's something that you have to accept and then find ways to tackle it. So if you get a lecturer that doesn't really fit with your style of learning, don't panic, don't put the blame on them as well, and don't put the blame on yourself. So think about ways to tackle it, like, oh, can I study this by myself? Or can I ask my friends who are better at this to teach me? So yeah, these were things that I found very helpful. And when you are stressed, remember that A-levels is supposed to be hard, so don't blame yourself. Really, don't blame yourself, don't put too much pressure on yourself, but at the same time, don't be complacent and don't just chill. Don't go into a chill mindset. Of course, during holiday you can chill, but after that, come back and put your mind to it and focus. And for applications to recommend, I will recommend you GoodNotes. GoodNotes is very good for making notes. Oh my god, what am I talking about? And doing past year papers. But also, a major tip is try to buy physical past years instead of doing them online. Especially if you are a very environment dependent person like me, because when I do past years on GoodNotes, I tend to it's easier to write, it's more convenient. So when you write on a physical paper itself during your exams, you will be a lot more messy and you may not be, accustomed to writing on paper, because they are different things. So I would say, if you are this kind of person, experiment and see. If you are, I don't know, then I really recommend you to buy the stack of past years they have near Sunway. I did that lah. Or you can get second-hand from seniors or buy from online. It's your choice. Or you can print them out. I know a friend who prints them out. Yeah. So that's my tip. And be nice to your lecturers. Be supportive to your friends, because number one, if you're nice to your lecturers and you ask them questions and listen in class, it really goes a very long way, because they'll be more likely to help you and support you in the questions that you want to ask in the future, and also make use of the appointments that you can book with your lecturers to clarify some concepts. And second, building good connections with your friends is very important as well, because know that during A-levels is a very stressful period of time, and it's so easy to feel lonely, it's so easy to feel left out, and like academics is everything, and like the stress is going to kill you someday, and the 2 a.m. late night studying during your study break is, gonna be the end of it. But trust me, it's not. It never is. And being nice to your friends really just goes a long way. You never know who you will help, because it's really easy to get depressed as well. So I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay if you're watching this video. And you are stronger than your problems. So lock in, brother/sister. You can do this. And during AS is gonna be an application season if you're going to the UK. So think about think about whether or not you want to apply to the UK during AS, because some people like me, I decided to not apply then. I don't know if it was the right choice, but I did that. So because I knew that I couldn't juggle AS with application season, so I decided to not apply then. So I'm only applying this year. Yeah. And yeah, but some people really can do it lah. Some people can do it, and maybe you can too. So look at what you want. Okay, and lastly, don't forget to relax. Yes, relax. Relaxing can be, rewarding yourself for completing something. Spend time with your family, join some clubs and societies, then join some competitions. If you're into debate, then go for the competitions. Go for Muay Thai, because those are what I've been doing lah, to chill kind of. Yeah, and I think you'll get through it. I believe that you will get through it. Okay, so bye. I hope this demystified your ideas about A-levels or has helped you in some A-level things.